Um, Martin? Oh, there you are.
Greetings, fellow appsters, and welcome, replay viewers. Oh,
Well,
wait,
that's
hang on.
much better than
There we go.
earlier
Hmm?
going. You're actually the only one in the shot that can only hear me. I am invisible.
She's a disembodied voice. Ooh. Where's my center? Where's my center?
Where's my
Where's my mark?
center?
I found my mark.
There's Vince.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Phil.
Scary. Yeah,
What do you
he's
mean scary?
scary
Me?
sometimes. Yes, you. So you're gonna tell him what you're gonna be doing?
Uh, I'm going to take this disaster and turn it into a workable room again.
Quietly, because you're in the room that's attached to the
At
next
least
door neighbors.
that's right. Next door neighbors.
What were you counting?
How many times have we tried to turn this into a workable room?
Well, we keep starting and we never finish. And
Mm-hmm.
there's bins with mysterious stuff in it, and frustration sets in, and the life of an artist. Hey, Martin, is the AC on?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I'm still superheated in here.
Do you want a fan in there?
I would love a fan, and you
All
might
right.
as well come with it.
I'm your biggest fan.
So I'm gonna switch over to my camera only.
Well, good. Otherwise, they'll be left with an empty room and disembodied voices.
Well, maybe we should wait until you lean over and pick up a fan because it looks like you were going to over there, and that would make a great shot. It's just we don't have it downstairs in that room. I was kind of hoping your back would be to the camera. And is it just my fantasy, or does someone else out there want to see Martin's butt on camera? It's
Really?
good to see you guys. How was the dungeon burger?
Oh,
Tasty.
it was good.
Okay, I'm switching
I
over.
got to taste a little bit of it.
He did.
Yep.
He got to taste a little. Oh yeah, little black man. Yeah, it's got to be your mic, your attachment. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
How that?
here. Oh, that feels good. Is that the low setting or the high setting?
That's the lowest.
Okay, I'm wondering. Maybe we should give yourself a little more cable here. Did you put it up inside your shirt?
Yeah. That because I always have it catching on things. That's as
Baby,
much cable
baby.
as I can get because now
Okay.
I can't move my head.
Oh, okay, fine. Take a little cable back.
Okay, that's good.
Now let's see if that'll keep it from making that staticky sound again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a little loop around.
Well, it was wrapped around the antenna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We see what happens.
You guys got to send me a piece of dungeon bread. Can't do that. I ate it. So Martin and I are going to share a screen half and half. So that's one half. That's the other half. You're off center.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna actually rotate this just a little, so that in the normal scale
What's
of things,
normal?
a little more. What's normal? I don't know what normal is anymore.
Did we ever know what normal was?
No, that's true.
Two freak kids in school.
That's true.
So I'm using the table that we had in the other room, and we have two blank crowns that could use some decoration to be added to the other crowns that are already downstairs with the other stuff. And put up the link for online store to show my love. Thank you, Vince. I'm going to ask a favor of you. When you post things, don't delete them so quickly. I keep seeing all these,
Oh yeah.
these things from you on the notification list, and I've stopped visiting your page because every time I go there, a lot of the stuff I want to see is already gone. Give it a chance, please, like 24 hours or something. Because
Or a couple of days or something. Yeah.
I wanna see, and I don't check in every hour type thing. So please, please. Yay! Yay! So Martin and I both have our earbuds on. Martin will kind of be appearing and disappearing if I as he moves things around the other room. I've
I'll
got the
just
computer
do
over
this every
here.
once in a while.
That's right. What?
I'll do this every once in a while,
Helen.
or I'll do
See,
this
that's
every
what
once in
happens
a
when we
while.
do late night stuff. Helen comes. Helen Martin. Stick your
Helen,
face in the camera and say
how
hi
are
to
you?
Helen.
Hi. It's a non-political broadcast. That's right.
Yes, Luke, it is.
No
Hi, Helen.
politics.
So we tend to avoid politics and religion in our casts. Sometimes we'll take part in other people's casts, but we're more the creative, artsy fartsy types. You know, the type that should rule the world.
Yeah, sometimes a little more fancy, but depends on what we ate.
Hashtag hi Helen. HIGH. I don't know, Helen, are you high? Are you high? So we're gonna try to stay up late tonight. We're probably gonna go out some Pokemon hunting after midnight. Well, after we're done with you guys, and then come back and either
We're
wind
more
down
like
or do
1
more.
a.m.
Martin
Yes.
has to go
Oh,
for a COVID test now.
I do. Yeah.
I think it's silly.
It is. Yeah. It's the company policy, right?
Yeah, Martin had a bit of an upset tummy, so he missed a little bit of work, and they don't care that it was his tummy. He has to go for COVID testing now if he wants work,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to wait for the results because I live in the same household. So we're going to be financially tight for a little bit. So anyone wants to buy things from our store or drop some awards here or something, that would be greatly appreciated. What do you mean? What did? Hey, Luke Martin.
But
Martin. Luke says Martin WTF. Oh, the COVID
uh,
test. I'm assuming.
I am assuming, yeah.
I was about to watch the whole replay of your last stream. It didn't turn out political. No, it didn't.
No, it didn't. No.
We must stop. Yes, yes. Luke and Helen, you got to meet in a dark alley instead.
Hmm.
I'm really tired and I'm heading to bed. Passing to say hi award, lol. Yeah, well, I want them to do a catastrophe
Yeah.
for all the broadcasts that go totally wrong.
For you.
You know, cat dash AS dash trophy, and it should look like the butt of a cat with the tail up in the air. Super Heart, hey Martin,
The cat has trophy. Oh, hang
Martin,
on.
Martin,
I'm
Martin.
my hands. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Ready?
Ready?
Okay.
It's hard to do in
I mean,
sync when we have
just
two
as
different
I had
mics.
a little container of that powder. I had to put it down, otherwise it
Artsy
would spill.
fartsy award. Yeah. I think I'm following you around. Yeah, Luke, you don't say that to a girl. Not even a woman. Because, you know, someone like Helen, she'll take you down if you creep around an alley. And I want a camera running when she does.
Oh yeah.
She is, thank you.
Broadcast.
Oh, Martin, hug award.
The hug award.
Hug award. We get nothing done when we're with you guys.
I know, really.
Any news on Hathor? We've submitted to the Humane Society.
Yeah. They'll get back to us once they've actually assigned somebody to to handle her adoption thing. So
their priorities are those who are in their shelters. So it might be a little while. In the meantime, we're doing our best to keep the boys from picking her too much. And we take it day by day. We be patient.
anyway,
So
back me up in a bar fight.
Yeah. I got you, big girl. And backed. I'm back up. That come on. The Live Aid broadcast that you did.
Oh my God, I saw a little bit of that.
He did. He got home and he's like, "Yeah, that's you."
You guys rocking it out.
kinky. No, it's not kinky because we're
We're
not
not
that
that
kind of
kind of broadcast.
We just can't go in sync in different rooms. Oh my god.
It's hard, yeah, because we're about a half a second off of each other.
Anyone who can back me up in a bar fight. Hi, Frank. It leaves you to. Oh, exactly.
Mhm.
Well, what we're looking at right now, if Martin doesn't mind me talking about
Nope.
things and trusting me about this,
No, no.
we're
Talk away.
looking at trying to make enough money to rent Martin a room for about 6 months to a year. And then we'll take it from there to basically have us in our having our own spaces. And if they allow cats, then Martin will take Hathor with him and kind of phase over the process more and make it more gentle on her. But it's something we have to budget still. Until then, the program he's still in will provide overnight stays if he needs it. We're just trying, especially with the whole COVID thing. He has a tummy problem one day and they want him to COVID test before going back to work. It's silly.
It is kind of silly. Yeah.
So, and it
Very
affects me
silly
as well.
indeed.
So, yeah. I love these. After 4 a.m., I need to at least attempt it. Good night, guys. Night, night, Helen.
Night, Ellen.
Thank you for dropping in. Helen is great people. Luke, definitely. Helen is great people.
Yep.
She brought some things out in that one broadcast, the live vid one that I haven't really talked about in a long time. Like, how I used to play drums and synth, and I was in a band, and all those parts that Martin was never really
A
part
lot
of.
of good memories. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was cool before Martin. I mean,
You're
hi,
pretty
honey.
cool now, you know.
Did Martin get a chance to fire? No, we didn't fire the
Neither
cannon.
of us got a chance to fire it. No.
No, because by time the dust settled from the chaos, it's
Turn my mic again.
ooh, lots of static on your mic.
Again, my
Ouch.
mic.
But by the time the dust cleared from the tech day hell, it was too late, and we weren't going to be in a position to ask the neighbors. And I would have fired off the cannon. It's technically mine.
That's right. It's not my job to fire the cannon.
I'd let him fire it second.
Well, I'm a gunner. Well, at least
That's
it was.
true. Frank, haven't been here in a while. I know. Quarantined. No, we're not quarantined from each other yet. No, he's just in another room, and I moved this project out of the
walk
way.
that 10 feet and be in the same room as hers.
No, we're not gonna get into heavy detail, but Martin has not completely disconnected himself from his mom, and is having moments that I can't handle because they are being triggered from the image of female figures, etc. So sometimes he's him, and sometimes he's the little boy in not a positive way. So he is part of a program to basically rebuild his life and relearn how to budget and relearn how to organize things and basically relearn how to be an adult without me being involved in the learning process so that he can disassociate me from that process. As long as he and I stick to certain things, then this should work. It's kind of hard for me because I want to be the one. And he wants to be the one to be there for me all the time, but I have to be there in
Could have
certain
Ben
things
Franklin
myself.
look. I guess I do, yeah.
What?
Apparently I've got a Ben Franklin. Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah, I guess so. So, yeah. Oops, that was an interesting sound.
Pardon me.
Yeah, we had to separate our bank accounts. It's amazing how the human brain works. And I'm realizing how much the two of us kind of saw things like this coming on, but did nothing about it because we always think we can do it on our own, etc., etc., etc. And we want to stay best friends and partners. And so it's a bit of a drastic program when you think about it in some ways because we have to completely rethink where we are in life. But man, if this works the way it's supposed to, we will be unstoppable. Desiree, much love, yes. No, he's not in the doghouse. We don't like that terminology in this household. Oh, Martin, I think your mic is off. Martin's mic is off.
Check 2.
Thank you, Frank.
Oh,
Well, there's some things we won't talk to you guys about because then that would make it that kind of broadcast. But
I think
your mic is really struggling tonight. I don't think that's proper ASMR.
check 1 2 1 2.
Although it is developing a sensational feeling in me.
Check. Huh? That's
Annoying.
1 2 1 2.
There
Check
you are.
1
You're
2.
back now. Interesting.
Yeah, I think I got a bit of a break in my mic or something.
Well,
all right, I'm gonna try alternative. I'm going offline for a moment, and I'm trying to remember where our kit was.
You're AFKing for a moment.
What's that? I am AFKing. Yeah,
I can
Actually,
take away
I'm AFMing
AFMA. So
away
I can.
from Mike.
I'm gonna make you disappear for a minute then.
Okay.
So we're gonna leave Martin in peace with his mic. Him and his mic will be alone for a while, just to discuss the issues the microphone is having. It will work, guys. Once Martin completes his program, become a new man. Don't say coming out, Vince. Although if Martin does go that way, I completely support him. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. AMS. Oh, it's AMS. Audio. I thought it was ASMR. Audio sensory. I don't. All right. Someone refresh my memory. I haven't done sound tech in so long. I remember when everything was sliders and digital just meant you had a little readout to actually show your audio levels instead of kind of guessing based on the sliders. That's Martin fussing around in the room behind my camera looking for tools or something. Oh, I see what he's doing. Oh, you think that's.
I think there's something wrong with that from my cord. So I'm going to try one of the lapel mics.
We need some music. So, yeah. Rephrase that. You'll become a better man. Well, now become a better woman. Between the two of us, we should have one complete better person in no time. I hope. We have to remember not to rush the process. Gen Xers are really bad at resisting rushing process. Oh, by the way, those of you on Haps, I discovered Apple Music has copyright-free music playlists. So we're gonna try one out tonight and hope for the best.
All right, so we'll give this a try. Oh,
sorry about ASMR. I love it.
Check 1 2.
Producing all the while, inspiring. Thank you. You're there, but you're quiet.
Yeah, lapel mic. It's not very lapelly.
Why don't I bring you back on camera?
What's that?
Got you back on camera, so don't do anything rude.
Oh,
unless you intend to.
I don't know whether I get a better audio here. No.
Well, it's more important now that we get things in the store and we get the focus before that generation sale is over. We put up
1 2.
Jedi communicators today. So Our American friends remember it's in Canadian dollars. So you got the better deal, man.
Okay.
Well, that's better.
Go higher on the.
Is your sensitivity up?
I'm at the maximum right now.
Give me a sec. Let me see if I can.
Can you boost me?
Oh no, then I bumped me up too.
Well,
It's
you
the
might have
same-
to turn your gain down and then bump us both up or something.
Okay.
Oh, audio. Yeah, we'll see if that works. It's I got the lapel mic clipped to my t-shirt.
Okay, I just bumped down by 2. Have a chat.
Okay. We'll see how that works.
How's that?
How is that, everyone?
It's actually not bad for me. You know,
Okay.
men's voices carry better anyway.
Even mine. Quite often.
Okay, who's gonna win this battle of who loves whom more?
Oh.
Yeah, Martin. Now the sound of your mic is better. So is there? Oh wow, that's impressive. He only sneezes in 3 or more, folks. Yeah, I'm wondering if Baxter was chewing on that cable too.
I don't know. There doesn't seem to be any chew marks on it. So I'm just wondering if it's been bent and wiggled a little bit too much.
Martin, we're not that kind of broadcast.
That kind of broadcast. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah.
Bless you, bless you, bless you.
Oh,
One bless you for each sneeze.
Yeah. Like they say at the Academy Awards, hold your applause until the end of the presentation.
So I like the way this color turned out, but we didn't get enough powder on some of the edges. So if I can't put flowers in some of those spots, then I am going to hand paint the edges. So I have like a different color on the edges. So what do you guys think of the volume levels on everything, including the music?
Are we better?
Martin will be better soon.
I'll be better soon.
Badger, 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 badger,
mushroom,
badger,
mushroom, snake.
Breakthrough on my puppet project. And Frank, can we put pictures up here anymore? Because I know you did last time. Wireless Wi-Fi remote today. These days, head scratcher. Well, we're thinking. We've been doing everything remote for ourselves.
Oh, nice.
But part of our thought for the redesign of the wings for sale is to do a cable and button to keep the cost down for the customer and not have to rely on wireless signals because, when they go wrong, which also means redesigning our own wings to have a wired backup.
Yeah.
Just in case, because when our wireless goes weird, especially when a lot of conventions are at hotels near airports. Martin, remember that one time R2 woke up while he was on display?
Oh my God. This is when we decided that we needed to have separate power switches for the drive motors to be able to just have him parked so he doesn't run away. Same thing with Mutt. Mutt's drive motors have their own power switches.
Yeah, we had R2 on display. It's before we did the 2 separate switches. So his whole power was on so his head could be lit and he could have his voice and everything. And suddenly he tried to go into 3-legged mode, but wasn't, like he was trying to shift his body, but his leg wasn't coming out. And he almost nosedived in the middle of the display room, just out of the blue. Thankfully, a volunteer was on staff and basically caught him, or he would have just face planted.
Yeah. And Frank, that was actually in the older days. I think that was the 72 megahertz, like, crystal type RC unit. Now with the 244 megahertz and stuff like that they've got are much better, but still we have our little issues.
We're thinking again, once we can get enough finances together, because kind of life is more important. We want to replace all our older remotes with newer ones because they're so much better. But the wings use like garage door openers and stuff like that because they don't need any really fancy schmancy instructions or complicated direction. Martin's throwing things randomly into the hallway, and I don't think he's looked to see
Hmm?
that he's throwing things on top of Pippin.
Oh, I noticed that actually. Pippin doesn't seem to care. They're just empty plastic shopping bags that go in the kitchen.
To stream tomorrow to show my hidden talent.
Oh yeah.
Haps never seen before.
All right.
But yeah, Martin and
Robot,
I
yeah.
are so public and have been for so long. We're like, what the hell is our hidden talent?
I know. We've already showcased things and everything that we do. I mean, we've even done the cooking thing and the baking thing, which I wouldn't necessarily call a talent, but it's something that we don't normally do, right?
Dishwashing?
Dishwashing. No.
You use a
It's
tiny
tiny
wireless access point these days.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's like the Arduino Feather or something like that. It comes in a Wi-Fi and a Bluetooth and a couple of different configurations,
Bluetooth is more stable
but shorter
because
range.
Wi-Fi, yeah, much shorter range. But Wi-Fi can pick up more noise.
As we've discovered with our router and the computers here. Right?
Yeah, we want to get a different router, but again, Martin and I have to very carefully budget. So for the next little while, we have to just watch ourselves,
Yeah.
and we may be trying to sell the larger laser cutter again. So yeah,
Since we're
it's
thinking we don't
weird
really
kind of
need.
being back at the beginning of our creative life together and our financial life together. Thank you, COVID, for waking us up and forcing us to reset.
Oh, I know.
Bluetooth, I can go up to 100 meters. Well, yeah, and you also don't want to have something get too far out of range that you can't see it. We had that problem with R2. People were like, "Why don't you switch to like sensors and have him? He gets close to a wall, he turns around or whatever." We're like, because once he gets
Autonomous.
swamped with kids, it's just not a happy sight.
No.
We have to be around him at all times. Same with Mutt. Although
Yeah.
R2 is
Really have
now
to be
in
line of sight with them.
pieces. Yeah. Now, if we're talking, a controlled area where we know who's going to be there, and then that's a little different. But autonomous is still a very finicky, I guess is the
Yeah,
right word
finicky
for
is
it.
one word for it. Yeah.
One word for it. Does Martin
Oh,
have
that's one
more?
word for it. Oh, hey, Christine, I guess these old dried out alginate ears go away, right?
Sorry?
Your old dried out alginate ears,
Oh, you mean the
the
castings?
molds, the molds.
Yeah, well, they're useless now. Don't spend your sweat budgets all at once. Well,
Oh, good.
the HAPS money is going to go directly into our business account so that we don't have to, so we won't accidentally touch it. And we're supposed to be putting $250 each a month into the
Into
business.
the business
But
account.
yeah, we haven't been able to do that yet.
Not yet.
So we're keeping track. 3 months now, so I keep burying Martin because I think my mic is stronger than his. Um,
Do you?
Martin,
Do
glance
you
up
really?
and take the next few comments
Sure.
so I don't cut myself.
Okay. Yeah. A bit of plasticine put away into the bin. Are you using servos or what is on the receiving end? A whole variety of things. Like Mutt's drive NK9s are a pair of speed controllers, right, for the two drive motors, and then servos for the neck and the ears and stuff like that. And it's all right now. It's all run off of the Spectrum model radio control system.
And those controls aren't here at home, are they?
No, they're all over at staging with Matt, K9 and R2. All the droids are elsewhere.
One day, everything will be in one spot again.
How many times have we said that now?
I
Does Mutt need to
know.
get new servos? Mutt doesn't need to get new servos. He needs to get a new battery for sure.
Oh my
We
god.
might change the drive motors at some point because they're getting old and they're not really meant for the continuous duty that we've been putting them through. But
That
yeah, his
battery is
battery didn't even
pregnant.
last an hour the other day at Free Comic Book Day,
Yeah.
and it's old. That's an 11-year-old battery, and it's started to expand. It's one of the old like gel cell
It's
batteries.
pregnant.
It's pregnant. Well, what happened was it expanded in the space that it was installed in. It expanded um, and kind of trapped itself. We had to disassemble part of Mutt to be able to get the battery back out again. What about our two servos? A lot of his servos are still in place. His drive motors got moved into K9. Everything else is still in place. A lot of his little gear motors and limit switches and a little bit of logic circuits to run it. Is the routine a loop? There's no routine. Like we don't have any microcontrollers or anything like that in the dogs. They're just regular RC. So six channel receiver, store bought speed controllers, that sort of thing. So
But
nothing
because
terribly elaborate.
we stole the motors from R2 for K9,
Yeah.
and they're old wheelchair motors. So K9 can go a lot farther without overheating.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with Mutt, we used automotive window, power window motors, and they have a tendency to overheat. I mean, they're great for a lot of devices. They work really well in my Maleficent. God, that's hard to say. Wings.
My Maleficent.
Maleficent. My Sharona. Um, but in Mutt, yeah, in the
He's
confined
staring idly, trying to
space,
find a
he gets really
link
warm
to
really
dim.
fast. So we got to be careful. I'd rather have like actual drive motors of some sort in him. But he's so small. And again, that would be a financial investment. So
Yeah,
we
it's all
did with what
manual
we got.
joystick control. Yeah.
Yeah. I, I love how Martin and I are still cutting each other off, even though we're in different rooms.
I know. Yeah.
Usually
Hey,
we do it
I
to each
thought I was
other's
supposed to be
face.
answering some of these.
I okay, so now he's going to point out that yeah, but you
What?
were not
That,
giving
that,
that information.
oh,
The- Get
I thought I. Anyway, okay.
that. I forgive you.
Uh, for example, though, in terms of sequence and stuff like that, the Maleficent wings, we have an Arduino controller, and it takes a button input from the remote, and one button signal lifts the right wing. Next, another button signal lowers the right wing. Same with the left wing, and then we have two other buttons that run both wings simultaneously,
Hey!
and they
We said this wasn't going to be a political broadcast. Stop talking
what
about left wings and right
left
wings.
wing and right wing. Good.
Thank you.
And those we developed a bit of a software loop that checks for the button press. There's a little potentiometer that reads the position of the actual gear motor because they're little gearhead motors. So we basically built our own servos, and then it compares the endpoints. We figure out what the actual value is at each end of the travel, and that's where it stops the motor so it doesn't overrun anything. Yeah.
Although it was getting really finicky after the first few times of being out, and it was overextending itself a little bit at a time
Mm-hmm.
each time we opened the wings. And it
Grinding and
got to a
clunking.
point where it was putting stress on everything before
Mm-hmm.
we noticed, hold on, my wings are higher than they should be. So even the smallest amount can affect it all.
Yeah.
So we check them now before we go to a convention. We kind of readjust them if we
Exactly.
have to before we even leave.
Mm.
because they tend to stray a
Yeah.
little.
How long does it need to be cooled down? Uh, the motors get pretty hot, and letting them sit for 10 or 15 minutes, they'll cool down enough to run them around. So
Except Free Comic Book
except
Day, he was in direct sunlight.
he was in direct sunlight. He was so hot on the outside. We don't know how hot the motors were inside. We couldn't tell because we'd have to open them up to find out. But yeah, he was very. It was very warm to the touch. Um, so yeah. Yeah, we use a feedback pot. The first version of the wings, actually, we had little limit switches at the end of the travel of the little the armature, and we were discovering the limit switches weren't always engaging at exactly the right spot. So the wings were either like crashing at the closed position or crashing at the open position, which was causing damage to some of the mechanism. So that's when we opted to go with the pots, and then we could, if we wanted to adjust things, we can go into the program. We can change the number, the value by a couple of percent or whatever, and then be able to dial back the actual position of the wings. We didn't get elaborate enough to actually be able to do that live on the backpack. It'd have to be done on the computer, and then a new program uploaded into the controller. But I mean, for the most part, once we got those bugs worked out, it's not too bad. I think we do have, Christine, I think we have one motor that seems to always stall on us. And I think
Yeah,
that actually
it's
might be the
the
motor itself right now.
outer left hand
The outer left,
side.
yeah. No, actually, it's the inner left.
No, inner left.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes her wings do, see if I can get this. Now, the wings normally go like this, right? Or these are the end of the, I know I look kind of goofy now. The wings kind of go like this, right? And they spread out. And when they come back in again, right, they fold up. But what happens is we get this wing going out, and this one's doing this, and then fold back up again. And then the next time it'll do that. So yeah, yes, that did look very goofy.
I would I would love at some point again to have a budget to be able to um, not be getting motors from cars. Like I mean, we always encourage people who are starting out, and we've been doing this for so long, and it's so hard when a production gives you something to build and this huge budget, so you get to work with all these motors and transmitters and remotes and receivers, and then you go home and you're like, oh shoot. It would be nice to rebuild the wings, with
Mm-hmm.
you know. I think
Would
I
I
want to put.
actually be able to order motors from a motor manufacturer, motor supplier? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome. What do you
Yeah,
think of
right.
silver and
Smooth
red?
moving.
Because I don't have another gold crown or brass crown.
Sorry, what's
Like
that? Silver and
silver with red flowers and stuff.
silver with red flowers. That could be interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know,
and you're right.
I'm
The
looking
blue
that way
one,
because I could actually see her in the other room.
the blue one did wind up a little warped.
Yeah, off center.
Well, it'll have to be sold to someone who has a crooked head.
Yep. When you move something biggish, servos will burn out always. Yeah, exactly. They go under a lot of load, and we have like, the wings. There's quite a certain amount of weight and everything, because they're being operated from fairly low, fairly close to the pivot points, right? To just keep mechanisms as tight as possible. So we have some shock cord counterbalancing sort of thing, acting as a bit of an assist to help. So it reduces some of the load on the motors, but not entirely.
Or of course, angles. If someone have a half
Three
decent
servos.
weight gets in the way while they're opening, they don't always survive the
Mm-hmm.
push back. So we always have to make sure we watch around us when they open up, to make sure that they don't. There's no one in the way,
Mm-hmm.
unless you're a little child and then you get knocked over, as we discovered. That poor kid. I thought it was great that his mother laughed that I knocked him over. I felt a great sense of relief, I guess is the way to put it.
Cool. We'll have to check those out.
But
Frank says, company makes insane servos, Reef servos, quiet and insane torque. Cool.
You've got the iPad at your end. Screen cap it.
Okay. Oh, I checked it on my. I did a link on my phone. You want me to screen cap it anyway?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, getting the movement is smooth, especially with Maleficent because it's mostly
Oh, that didn't work.
ABS. So if there's any breeze or something's loose just by a
There we
tiny
go.
bit, the plastics tend to kind of push and grind against each other as it opens. So we have to check
Mhm.
all that too. It takes more time to check than it does to actually get them on. Is mine having problems now?
I don't know that something linked out there. I bent over to pick something up, and there was a
At the
little
same time,
pop
I
and a.
grabbed mine so that I can lean over and look at stones.
Oh, so that was simultaneous action. So we don't know which one of us it was.
Great.
Great,
Great.
just great.
I think those are flat backed. Well, I hope
Backed.
people like these in the store. 'Cause-
Want to go do some tagging?
Yeah. Except our logo is
El
not
Barto.
really easy to tag with. What?
El Barto.
Albert.
All these
So great.
boxes with stuff and parts and tools that we brought to set with us for some of those overnight gigs.
There might be tiny red ones in here. Red and green.
Christmassy.
Kind of.
Hmm.
There's a bunch of red stones in here that look like they were part of something else.
I think our soldering
Shelf.
station's a little tangled up.
Your soldering station is tangled. Well,
Our
that's not
soldering
good.
station is tangled. Cords are tangled, and what a tangled web.
The web we weave. Yeah, what a tangled solder we weave. When thus we ventured to, I don't know.
I have no idea. We both lost our creativity there for a We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Tomorrow morning we're going to start on the story. So those of you who are sponsors, if you didn't pick, we gave you 2 weeks. We will assign.
2 weeks. Nobody picked.
You must
Bring
trust us.
Right there?
Yep.
Wow.
What?
Will our logo be revamped too? No.
No.
No, we're not revamping the logo. No.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, God, no.
We
Please.
paid money for that.
That's right.
We are thinking, though, of coming up with some alternative company names that's shorter and
Yeah.
easier. Okay, what's he laughing at? What are you chuckling at, Martin?
I'm not chuckling. I'm dropping things.
Ah,
I'm being clumsy.
it sounded like Chuckles here. Hey, Chuckles.
Hey, Chuckles.
And thank you, everyone. Your support has been incredible, and Martin and I appreciate a lot of what you guys do for us. And, it's good to be online again on a more stable app.
It is,
Than,
yeah.
Stable when it comes to the rules and stuff. Because I don't know if everyone's seen, but Twitter's now got this tipping thing. You can leave tips, but they are trickling it in. So only some people are getting it. And then eventually everyone else will get it. And it's like, that's what they did with Periscope. and super hearts. So by the time people like
That's
Martin and
right.
I got our super hearts, the ability to accept super hearts, um, yeah, people had already given out their maximum for their budgets, and no, doesn't make me happy. So,
Mm-hmm.
not happy with you, Twitter. Not happy. But I am happy with Haps, where everyone is
We're
equal.
happy with Haps.
Happening. Sweet. Price for hobbyists too.
Eh,
Changing the whole game. Nice. See, this is
Go
it.
to
We have to
service,
rely on
yeah.
ourselves right now for our creativity until the industry kind of lets us back in. What do you think about it? Unused reuse now. Cheap apps. Burnt servos. Brain fart. Yeah, I get those a lot. That's the smell.
That's what that smell was.
7%. Guys, break. Thank you. As happy as a clam. Who knows the origin of that expression?
Happy as a clam, yeah.
Why are clams so happy? I mean, I'm not complaining. If they're happy, they're happy.
If you're happy and clap your hand. Or is
My
that?
hands are kind of busy.
Oh, okay. Well, we know you're happy.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Okay, you say
Thanks. What? Huh?
What?
What? What? What?
To the random parts and tools and things.
Clap, clap.
Clap, clap.
Giving someone the clap, though, means something else altogether.
Really, Christina?
What?
Yeah. Really?
What?
Because
We're not that kind of broadcast.
Kind of worked.
We're going to get it perfected being in two different rooms, and then we're going to screw up when we're next to each other.
That's right, yeah. We're going to be expecting that half second delay.
Now, I'm wondering if this...
Still wondering?
I am. If this will glue down with Gorilla.
Gorilla glue.
Oh, I don't know if this will glue down. I don't think this will glue down. Because it's meant to be beaded, and there's 4 raised points. I really wanted to use this. Maybe it'll glue down up here. No. Because the raised points are the same as the back. I may not be able to use these on the crowns. I love them. Oh, maybe. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I hope Pippin hasn't chewed any cords. No, it's Baxter that keeps choosing cords.
Chewing cords. The little
Good,
bugger.
nice to see you both working. Cheers for now. Later, Frank. And we're not good at being good. That makes us good.
Yeah.
Or does that make us better? We're not good at being good. So it makes us better. I like that. I should write it down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Peace out, Frank.
Peace out, man.
Okay. I got burnt gooey hot glue stuff coming off the bottom of the hot glue gun. Because one time I accidentally put low temp sticks in this high temp gun and made a disaster of it. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. Yeah, when you do things like this, high temp guns are great, but you have to be careful not to accidentally put low or mid-range temp glue in it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it just comes flowing out.
It becomes liquid and then it burns to it. This is also hot glue that you should not accidentally get on yourself. Oops.
So I'm thinking.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I'm thinking. That's what that smell is. Oh, pardon me.
Can't
That
smell anything.
I don't know if we have enough room for all the casting supplies we have here.
Okay, so what's your solution?
I don't have one at the moment. I gotta figure this out.
Well, that's why I was thinking if we can bring more bins and stuff from the closet to storage locker
Oh yeah.
and things like casting supplies and whatnot in the closet. I mean, we talk about smoothing all the time.
What's that?
We talk about smooth on all the time. We don't have to always have it in the back of the shot.
That's true.
Those crowns are really popular. I am hoping so too.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have glue on our hands again. Probably.
Let's hope not.
I don't have a reputation, do I?
No, not at all.
So, Martin,
Gil?
do you perchance know where the sparkly glue stuff over there is?
Those little sparkly glue tubes, glue sticks.
Yeah. I know they're somewhere over there.
These guys.
Yeah.
What colors?
Well, there's 6 colors.
I see red and blue and green and silver and gold.
We'll grab them. Oh, I just had a very interesting hiccup response to my water.
Don't breathe your water.
Yeah, I think my water just basically found its own path.
It made its own path down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they are. Some are more
I
full
need
than
those.
others, so I'll bring them all over.
At least it's not a burp. What? It could be a burp. I think
See,
it was a burp.
I am here.
Whoa, we actually have more than I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, I think this is mostly empty. That's why
Some of them might be.
Okay.
Or close
Yeah, if you're
to
gonna
anyway.
make things sparkly, get glues
that.
that are, get sparkles with glue base. So, but yeah, Martin, if there's stuff in the closet like bin wise, I don't know if we have like a short shelf.
Oh, like a little shelving in it to put in the closet.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing. We don't, but
That doesn't help.
no. Sure. I mean, we don't have anything here, but at the locker we have leftover plywood from the shelving when we got the shelving shorter for the smaller locker.
Well, how many bins are in that locker? Oh, sorry, in that closet right now.
In this closet?
Like all the casting and molding supplies that are in boxes, then they just go on top of the existing bins in the closet for now?
They could, yeah.
That would give you more shelf space to organize smaller things.
The one thing that's on top of the bins right now is the suitcase with the cloaks in it.
We'll bring the suitcase in here, put it in the hallway for now.
Okay.
And we can put it in the closet in here.
That would work, yeah.
That would work.
Mm-hmm.
I say hope it would.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So I'll take the car hunger banner. And I will hang it over here.
So he's behind. Oh, no, he's not behind camera. There's nothing wrong with burps. I'm going to go back on that.
Nothing wrong.
I did an awesome burp during a Klingon assault group room party.
Ah, yes. The burp that stopped 1,000 ships.
Birds of prey.
Birds of prey, yeah. Well, it's a few D7s as well. Katinga class,
I got an applause. I think Martin started it though. Did you start that applause?
No. Who was it?
What?
It was. Was it Scarfan that started it?
Was it?
I think it was. Yeah.
Well then.
Wow, we have a
Even
surplus
better.
of hangers hanging here.
I hope the hangers are hanging.
10 hangers hanging.
Oh, we're rerunning Christmas tunes now? That's a lightsaber sound. Oh, that's Yoda's.
That's Master Yoda's saber.
It should be with him.
Oh yeah. Oh, where's Master Yoda? Oh, he's lounging in the living room, isn't he?
He is. He's hanging out with the cats.
Here, Pippin. Have a lightsaber.
I can't see what you're doing torturing the cat there.
He's hugging the lightsaber. Okay,
He's
no chewing on it.
Oh, in the hallway.
Putting it in the bin for now. Out in the hall. Some
I
empty
think
boxes
our
to get
cat's
rid
chewing
of.
everything. He's totally lounging.
Totally.
You got to do that for Christina once. Well, right now, they don't always
have any
happen
Romulan
on
ale.
demand, you know. Sorry, what, Martin?
So it'd be hard to do that burp. We don't have any Romulan ale.
That's true, we don't. That's true. Darker green. Oh, that's a darker green. Come here, green. How is everyone tonight? Tomorrow we will start writing for this next story time. So if you're supposed to be part of it and you haven't picked your type, Martin and I are signing it for you. Tomorrow I will also
You're
be
so
posting
going
the
to
new
pick.
date and time. Yeah.
Yeah, the suitcase is open. Books are falling out.
Oh, that's not good. You can hear Martin struggling behind the camera.
Struggling with a really big zipper. Excuse me, cat.
You don't need to talk yourself up, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You're fine just the way you are, honey.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted. Why is it unscrewing completely? Okay. Okay, Martin's talking about a really big zipper behind the camera. And I'm talking about something unscrewing wrong. Oh, we're batting
It's going to be
100
one of those
tonight.
broadcasts again, is it?
Apparently,
Or if you
because
just turn off the video and listen to the soundtrack, you can completely have the wrong idea about what's going on.
Dude.
What?
Look at me.
We're not that kind of broadcast.
That's
We're
better.
saying it in unison, but we're getting it that half-second delay, so it feels weird.
But we're going into the same audio source.
Yeah, but there's a half-second delay from us talking to us hearing.
Okay.
We're in sync.
I hope.
Well, we're not the Backstreet Boys. So.
We're in Backstreet Boys?
No, in sync.
I see.
All right, actually, boned myself there by putting the banner in front of the casting materials that I want to move.
Well, that doesn't work.
So let's see here. This one. This one.
Tweezers not go. Oh, they're there. Of course, they have out of reach.
Are they out of your reach?
Yes, and I am trapped in this setup.
Whatever will we do?
You're gonna come in here
Oh, right. Okay.
and
Oh, hey.
assist.
Sorry, got distracted for a second. That's leftover electronic stuff. Okay. They're supposed to be in a different bin. Okay. I'll get you your tweezers.
What, you look at the variety bin?
The
bin of
variety bin?
everything. That you,
The
no,
bin of holding?
I don't need all the tweezers.
Don't need all long. Okay. I will stand by and wait then while you're.
You can do that.
Hi, folks.
Where's the flat ones? There they are. They're like magnetic all of a sudden. I need those two. Yeah, I'm good.
There's a butterfly in with these tweezers.
Sorry?
There's a little butterfly in with these tweezers. And a flower.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of wooden butterflies too. Yeah, I think some of this was left over from when we were actually working on the Monarch stuff.
Just leave us alone. Leave them alone. Just leave it alone. Just leave them in there. It's all good. It's all good. Walk away, Martin. Got my B days coming up in 2.5 weeks. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Not that kind of breakfast, yeah. Doing good so far. Going to family outings. Dribble in Hiya Martin's hand. Dawn on Facebook. Get your butt over to house.
Oh, Dawn's here. Okay, time to go. No, we wouldn't do that.
You're not about to look off here.
We would not do that. Yeah, for once, we're actually staying on here.
Not on purpose.
We were going to come on much earlier this evening and work on stuff, but our main monitor crapped out, so we had to take it to the Apple store, and then decided we were going to pick up a spare monitor from our friend's place.
So if you believe in praying for tech, please pray for our monitor.
Pray to the...
Apple will now have it for a week and a half. And you're hoping it's a small issue because it is a no longer made product.
Yeah, the monitor, they... apparently, Apple doesn't make monitors anymore. Past 3 years, Apple has not made any monitors. Pippin, what are you doing?
What is the cat doing?
Well, the closet's open. So he's trying to figure out his way to get in like the smallest possible space in the closet.
He's been trying to get in the one by the front door too. Coat closet.
I don't know. He keeps opening it, yeah. Well, at least he comes out of the closet regularly.
You think you should only have to come out once.
I know, yeah. He's undecided.
He's a cat. Do they ever really decide?
He's trying to climb the bins, like around the bins.
Is he still doing it?
To get up. Yeah.
Can you show them? Can you show me?
I should be able to show them, yeah. Hey, Pippin. Come on. Where is it? Come on. My frame's stalled. Go. Try again.
Flip back and then flip back in.
Yeah, that's what I just did. There we go. Hey, dude. Where do you think you're going?
I'm not... Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh my God. Pip. Is he trying to get up on the bar, the shelf?
He's trying. Yeah, he's trying to figure out how high can he go.
You sure he's not trying to help you sort?
Well, I would hope he is.
I mean, they're supposed to earn the keep.
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you? Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not climbing through the costumes. You're not going to the other side of the closet. But.
I like how he's trying to look innocent.
Hey, dude. What? I want his attention. Always.
Look at him looking up, and it's just like,
How high can I get?
I swear, we need higher surfaces for the cats.
Yeah, all right. Go back to regular view. Fool of a toque. Yeah, Don, exactly. All right. Back to what I was
right.
doing. What was I doing?
I don't know what
Distracted
we're
by
doing.
cat.
Is your camera pointed higher than last time, or is that my
It may have.
imagination?
Oh, actually, yeah. Literally, it just tipped back. All right. Hang on.
Hanging on. To what I don't know.
Oh, come on. Behave. Oh, behave. Yeah, see if that will stay. No, it's too low. Okay, that'll kind of work. Still not exactly where it was, but yeah,
Near enough?
near enough. He's just going to sit on that bin now. He's
still
happier
there?
than a pig in. Oh, wait.
Were you just going to call our cat a pig?
No. Loves to hide. It needs to be petted. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Okay, the
He's such a troublemaker.
sounds just leave it open for the imaginary.
Oh, there he goes. Okay, now he's out.
Okay. I'm hoping the Gorilla Glue holds this sucker.
Gorilla Glue.
Because I really like this flower. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit and try not to stick my finger to the flower.
Good idea.
I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
Darn, Pippin loves to hide, or Pippin needs to be petted. Martin owned any
Oh, damn.
pants that are black.
That aren't black?
What? Those are blue jeans he's wearing.
These are blue. Bring your squeaky chair for Pippin to sit on. Yeah, really.
So just a reminder for those who are already part of the Wild West. If you have not picked your type by now, Martin and I are picking it tomorrow morning. So we got to write it.
Yep. Everybody has a type.
For next month's. Oh, Dawn. We're moving it to Sunday. Time unknown at the moment, but I'm going to move it story time to Sundays. Just so that you can have a greater chance of joining in. And this time it'll be a little bit of trivia. Or it might actually work. Oh. Go figure.
Narf.
What?
Oh, Don said Narf.
No.
Narf. Eat cat brain.
Pinky,
Very.
are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Brain, but we were going to get a duck in the house at this hour.
I don't know why that's my favorite. I really don't know why that's my favorite. It just is. It just is. I don't want to combine butterflies of two different materials. gonna put that upside down for now.
Hmm?
Nothing. You can also say NARF, different media reference. That's true.
Oh.
You go, Martin, and that makes me happy. Few voices. Clap like a happy idiot. As long as you're a happy idiot.
Hmm?
They said it made him clap like a happy idiot. So, as long as it's a happy idiot, we're good. If it's a sad idiot, it's never a good place.
Hmm.
You know, it just isn't.
It is not.
It's like sad clowns. I never understood it. Who would want to be a sad clown?
I don't know. That's Pagliacci.
Who?
Pagliacci. That was the
Ah.
opera, wasn't it?
Yes, but I didn't hear what you said because I talked over you.
Ah,
Or did you talk under me?
I talked under
May
you.
have talked. Okay. Good answer. What?
Just noticing whenever I lean down, I sandpaper my mic.
Ah.
Sorry. Prior to that, who would want to be a clown? They're creepy. When you get clowns like Pennywise,
Clowns were never creepy for me. I'm still gonna figure out why clowns are creepy. I've had a lot of friends who are like, clowns are creepy.
creeped out by clowns, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never
I don't get
with me either.
I really don't get it. I just don't.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. Don't get it. Don't get it, brain. I love clowns. You too? Okay, good. As a clown, yes. Nice.
Right. Another box to empty out.
Yay. Empty boxes are good things.
Clues. Empty boxes. Yeah. Repurposed boxes are even better.
It's true. I'm going to sparkle the back of this butterfly so it's not boring.
Butterflies are never boring. This is sort of that transitional period of cleanup. It's like everything gets pulled out and moved around until it finally gets settled into its homes.
Well, this is also the time you don't want to be pulled away from it because you're leaving a disaster and you don't know when you're going to get to it next.
Exactly.
So if it permanently stays at disaster, it kind of defeated the point of starting the process in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Sparkly glue. That or get a promotion at work. Management clown, same thing. Clown free.
Management clown.
Painting the bull to send them back in the door. That's right. Rodeo clowns. Canada has 5 time zones. 5 or 6. One more than the US.
5, yeah.
Not metric time.
US time, not metric time.
It's the same thing. One of our provinces have one half is
And
daylight
half hour.
savings, and one isn't. One half isn't.
Oh,
And
that's right,
then-
Alberta. There's one
And-
area that doesn't They don't do the daylight savings
What? I thought it
switch,
was
do they?
further into the country. I thought it was like Manitoba or something. It was wherever we stopped
I,
at the truck stop
I think
to
it's.
get
I think it's.
the burger and
Or is it
fries, the
Saskatchewan?
classic. Could be Saskatchewan.
Could be.
That
Yeah.
makes more sense because we traveled during daylight savings time.
Yes.
So both halves were two different times.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird.
It's just. It was weird. Yeah.
We have that Arizona. Okay. I think it's five
Okay.
or six. Martin, are you sure it's only five? Okay,
Pacific,
six.
Mountain, Central, Eastern, Atlantic, and Newfoundland, which is
And
the half
Newfoundland's got
hour
their own.
time, half hour off
Yeah,
because it's Newfoundland.
it's Newfoundland. The Newfies just
So we
had to
have
do
five
that.
and a half time zones. Everything is better in Canada. Thank you, Don.
Don, move here, honey. We'll be waiting for
Come
you
join us.
with open arms.
I'm sorry. Do I need to leave the room now? Or?
What?
It's the way you said with waiting with open arms.
Did I put my sexy voice on again?
You put your sexy voice on. Yeah.
Ah.
You put your
My
sexy
apologies.
voice.
You don't mind, do you, Martin?
I don't mind. All right. So I think we had one of these drawers was being dedicated to molds, wasn't it? So for now, until we get into any more casting, get some molds put in the drawer.
Yes.
Of course, the new crown mold doesn't fit in the drawer because it's too long.
It doesn't?
No, I don't think so.
5.5
I'll double
time
check.
zones once converted to metric. Bacon is better there too. We'd like to think our back bacon is superior. What the frick? Canada bacon is not better. What? It's a freaking ham. It's back
It's
bacon.
like, well, back bacon, yeah, it is.
Sometimes soaked in maple syrup.
Yeah, I don't want to put this mold in the drawer. I don't want it to end up warping.
Well,
So.
flat surface on top of the drawers. Not pink. Pink doesn't look right.
Yeah, or yeah, I'll figure that out. Or on a shelf or something. Yeah.
I think we just heard a pause in Martin's brain.
Maple syrup. I thought it was not that kind of broadcast. What?
No red eyes. Head it out.
Red eye is hitting it?
Yeah, remember the maple syrup porn?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's right. Martin says, yeah, oh yeah. I remember.
All right.
There you go.
It's one of the things we won't actually be able to get access to this laser again and not have it buried behind a whole bunch of stuff.
That'd be nice.
Uh-huh. It'd be very, very nice.
Maple syrup. I thought it was on that kind of broadcast. Well, wouldn't mind trying Canadian bacon. Well, get your butt up here.
Yeah.
I want to try Canadian bacon. You not had the most famous of pineapple inclined pizzas. Maple syrup porn. Yeah, that was one of our previous places with talking about disturbing the downstairs neighbors. You talking about having an experience with a Mountie. Now look. That's something else altogether. If anyone wants to join us on camera, You can make room for another person for a little bit.
I know. We all cozy and like, squished together.
So,
It's like the Brady Bunch. All right. I really wish we had a spare little bin. We got all this little hardware, like screws and stuff. I don't really have a safe place to put it. Oh. Oh, hold on. Validation. We got a bunch of vials in here. And we got a bunch of vials in a different bin. That's a much bigger bin. So if I take the bigger bin, it's got like vials and corks and stuff in here. So
that's so vile.
That's so vile. So if I take all of these little vials and containers, oh, there's another one of those little plastic jars for. Yeah, I moved that that casting
I'll
powder
take those
into
Canadian
the.
bacon. No. Tip my fill in when Martin was out. Okay, that's cool. Let's warn you. I'm wearing a funny hat. Oh, that's even more tempting. Here. My little earpiece is itchy. Hang on. There you go.
Well, go find yourself a funny hat then.
I think he's saying he's already wearing one.
Oh, he's not wearing a funny hat.
No, he warned us. Oh, I am not wearing a funny hat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. We'll survive. Won't we, Martin?
What's that?
We'll survive.
Survive? Oh, well.
If he's not wearing a funny hat.
Yeah. We will survive. That's about as far as I'm going to take that. Yeah, I think
That's it. Kind of unfulfilling. Oh, there he is. Let's do this. And this. And then. Martin should not be featured.
No, and then.
Wait.
What?
I did enjoy filling in for you, Martin, because I felt like I was you during my fill-in. That's awesome.
There you go. How's it going, Don?
Going okay? Yourselves?
We're alive.
We're getting there.
Plugging through.
Yeah, it's a good start.
It hasn't taken us yet.
Yeah, but is it good
It's
finish?
trying. It's trying, but it hasn't.
It's trying.
The doom. So what are we working on tonight?
I am getting the last 2 crowns from all the molds we poured finished, so they can get tucked away on the shelf for a product for sale. And Martin is trying to find that room because it is a
Trying
disaster.
to dig this room out again. And
Yeah, I understand that problem.
Do you?
Right now I'm moving everything from, I mean, not right now, but generally moving everything from my last move from storage to different storage. So then in about a year, I can move it from storage, and sometime after that, actually move it into a place. So it's kind of a big job.
We've
Yeah.
been through that, yeah.
We can relate to that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
8 moves. I will never do that again.
8 moves in the past 2 years or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 different storage places. Yeah.
If we ever do that again, someone better be paying us.
Oh, I know.
You just got to figure out how to get your own reality TV show of that.
Yeah.
Port is this taken?
Okay, we can workshop this. That's what I'm going to say here. It's just initial idea, concept.
Yeah. Survive COVID.
I mean,
No.
ultimately, if you're getting paid, I mean, that's probably pretty much the win right there. So,
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the goal.
right. And hey, if you can work on your SAG card, what the hell?
You're really, survive.
See, yeah.
But I'm not very good at the just survive things. I'm one of these
Mhm.
people that has to
That's to
survive in
flourish.
some glorious way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Live or die gloriously.
Oh,
If there's not enough glory in it, it's not worth it.
there you go.
Spoken like a true Klingon.
Yeah, I was going to say Viking, but
Klingons are just
Kling-
space Vikings, really.
yeah.
So, what have you got coming up, Don? Any gigs?
Oddly, I ended up having about what was it, 3 gigs that happened pretty close together, 2 or 3.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Potentially, they ended up giving the last bit of English I needed on the financials for a type of pipes that I've wanted since '09. And so far, I've kind of stalled in buying them, mostly just out of being busy, largely with being busy with that move project. Um, Also, I've made the mistake because of looking at what's going on with the market. Because to buy these, I actually have to buy them through a Canadian company, which is not the issue. The issue is the American dollar is like plummeting. So
Mm-hmm.
at one point, I looked at the price of these, and it was like, oh, let's say $2,250. And then I looked at the price of
Ooh.
these. Yeah, and then I looked at the price of these after the exchange rate about a month later, and they were 2,500. So I'm kind of afraid to look at the price of these now because it's about a month later again.
Oh, so it
So
just keeps getting worse.
yeah, but contrast to that, I ended up joining an online bagpipe school here a couple of weeks ago, and I think that's going pretty cool.
Oh, good.
And you guys are working on your craft, and I'm working on mine with talking about piping. I'm rehimping my chanter, and I kind of need a new chanter. So if I can't get these
Mm-hmm.
pipes, at least this other these gigs that came in kind of came in at the right time. So paid for the school, pays for the chanter, keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, really.
Nice.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's how I was just remembering how it was 3 because one of them one of them was an internment, which I haven't done one of those before. But they didn't actually have the urn there, so they weren't interning it. So that was kind of weird.
Right.
And then the following day, it was playing a birthday party for a 100-year-old gentleman who is, or at least at that time was, in frankly poor health. And I was told he probably doesn't have much time. So, unfortunately, in my mind, the people that came to this birthday party kind of turned it into, I forget what they're called, like a living wake or something like that.
Right.
Okay.
So instead of celebrating the probably last birthday that this guy has, they were speaking all in, oh, my favorite times with this fellow was
Oh, referring to him
like,
in past tense. Oh
right.
my
It
god.
was really poor in my mind. So I don't know. That was weird. And then a week or so later was a matter of going and doing an ash spreading. A friend of mine was letting go of the ashes of his mom. Haven't done one of those either, and that was really windy. So I made sure that I stood upwind of him.
Oh,
Um,
Don't inhale. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, well, I never met his mom, and I didn't want to that day. So,
not that way. No.
no.
ouch.
So, and
There's a little piece of Agatha in all of us now.
right. Well, and I mean, the thing is he's a friend. I was glad to go and just play this, and he insisted on putting a little bit of money into the bagpiper kitty there. And at least right now, things are comfortable enough to where any gigs that I do, the money that I earn goes back into music, right? So it's
Right.
not like I have to use it to pay rent, so to speak. So that at least things are a little bit nicer right there. So hey, if he wants to throw in a little bit of money for the Bagpiper Kitty, cool, I can use it. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
outside of that, um, yeah, well, there's the one Highland Games that's going on for the first time in 2 years. That's coming up actually September 11th weekend. That's kind of weird. Um,
Which
yeah, let's go do something
ones?
fun for September 11th. Um,
Which
Suffice it to
Highland
say
Games?
that I'm doing this as a Sam's function, so I've and it's through the new post that Victoria and I are forming. So it was easy enough to say, hey guys, the uniform for the day includes a poppy. So everybody
Ooh,
else might not be
Yeah.
thinking about that. So, but we are.
Mhm.
right. Well, that whole
And
life
then
goes on thing.
yeah, right. And then Veterans Day after that. So
Well, which Highland Games? September 11th?
this would be the Kelso City of Kelso Highland Games, and
Okay.
they're pretty
Also,
much due south, just off I-5, just about at the Columbia.
Okay.
okay.
And it's like one of only like two Highland Games in the country that are actually run partly run, mind you, meaning financed by a city, and it's a free event. But I'm kind of wondering if the thing will just be mobbed because of all these folks that have been sitting indoors for years and haven't been able to go to Highland Games. If their
Oh, yeah.
fangs are getting long for Highland Games, so it could be could be the biggest time ever there for the Kelso event. So
Wow.
That's true.
yeah, that
Stay
could
safe.
be interesting to see.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully they
Well,
implement all the
it's outdoors.
precautions. Yeah.
It's outdoor.
Well, it's like the free comic book day that we were just at. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was
It
jealous of
was
that. Tell me about it.
jealous. Why?
Because I only got to see a little bit of the video. I just,
Yeah.
Yeah, most of it died down by the time I got to it.
Mhm.
But it is what it is. And it was weird though, seeing people in person after not seeing them in
For
person in
a
like
year
two
and a half.
years.
Yeah.
right.
And yeah, it was just so weird, so
So
surreal.
I had an odd little thought while I was watching that broadcast,
Uh oh. Uh huh.
and I don't know if this is something that. Well, I'm at least to say I'd be curious how this hits you. Um, what's the name of your robot dog?
Mutt.
Mhm.
Mutt. Thank you. Um, could Mutt have a little jar or something mounted on him somewhere that's support the Mutt?
We used to do that, but each event has its own rules. And in
Oh,
the case of Free Comic Book Day, with them fundraising for Make a Wish, that creates a
ah,
competition thing. If
Mhm.
we want to take an artist table and pay some money for the artist table, we can always put something on the artist table. Secondly, we were at an event back in Vancouver, and someone stole the money from him. They basically
yeah,
knocked the little cup over and took off.
yeah. That
Yeah.
happened to me when I was busking. It sucks.
Yeah. So we just don't anymore.
Yeah, we had people steal money. We had people steal CDs, but for the most part, we'd not put many CDs out, and we'd not let the tip jar fill up too much. But
All right.
when we were doing that, actually, we might have ended up losing about $200 to $250 once at Folk Life um, with my current group, and it was just the numbers didn't add up between CDs and tips because we were doing it as on your honor buying CDs instead of having somebody handling selling CDs. It was just a matter of
All right.
walk up, put your money in the case, and take a CD. So it could have been that there was about 20 people that were dishonest and just took CDs or something.
Mhm.
So or one
Bunch of
person that
cheapskates.
saw yeah, or somebody that's took a bunch of money because we weren't really watching. But after that, we went to direct sell. We had people selling CDs and taking change,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, it kind of. I think it was a necessity. I think it was kind of like time, but at the same time, it kind of shifted the attitude of the thing.
It's
Yeah,
hard
it would. Yeah.
to be, your character selves when you're watching everything. And,
Right.
it's like our town insulter the one year.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
he, the numbers didn't add up. And he was taking tips. And the rule was anyone who had costumes provided by us or as a member of cast or is using things provided by us. No one takes a tip. There's one tip jar at the front gate. The stage performers are there volunteering. They're
Right.
the only ones that are allowed to take tips because they have their own tip jars. But if you're my cast and you're wearing my costumes and I'm spending money for you to be there, no. And he was pocketing tips.
Speaking of tips,
He was running around to all the vendors and saying, "Do you want me to insult people?" and blah blah. Blah. And they were giving him extra money, and he wasn't putting his tips in the common jar. So the cast got pissed. He easily walked away with about $800 by the end of the weekend, and there's not even a guarantee that the money actually, you know, he may have done more insults than he was paid for, so to speak. You're not supposed to buy the wooden coins. Uh, you know, you have to buy it in person from the one booth, so we can keep track. Nope. And yeah, he got all pissy and started doing the slander thing, and we're like, "No, we caught you. Screw off. You got away with it. You know, um, I don't care how good you are at the job. I'll find someone else." And they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. I've experienced that in music too. You're a great musician, but you're not a great musician when it comes to working with other musicians. And I'd actually rather work with a less talented person who is a good person to work with.
Yeah. Martin, what were you saying?
we have a couple of awards from Desiree Goulden.
Oh,
A couple of high awards.
oh, hi awards.
These
Oh,
always
I'll
get
join in that.
caught. Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Desiree. Desiree, meet Dawn. Dawn, meet Desiree. Desiree is another Canadian.
Oh,
She does
Canadian,
not-
eh?
Yeah,
She's
she's
from
got her own
right here in Ontario as
publishing,
well.
and yeah,
Oh, we were
publishes them
talking a little bit about
magazine.
publishing the other day, in fact.
Yeah, he's always get mad when they get caught. Yeah. Hi,
Would you mind?
Elena.
Would you mind terribly if I went and showed off my publishing real quick for Desiree?
Oh, go for it.
Go for
Okay,
it.
sit tight. Hold on.
Good night. I hope
2 seconds.
we're doing well, Desiree. Thank you. Desiree Dawn is also a bagpiper. So if any of your issues ever feature musicians, he's a good person to talk to. And he published a cookbook, Wild Bakers.
Let's see.
Great.
So let's look at the publishing. So there's the very first book, and I probably have a really bad net connection, so make your own darn good cookies.
Oh, you're welcome.
And that's one that you can go to Christina and Martin's house and ask to look at because they have a copy somewhere.
in the other
We
room.
do. It's on the
Then-
bookcase now.
Last fall, there's fundraiser item right there for Veterans Organization, Patriotic Piper, bagpipe sheet music, recipes. Oh yeah. And just to say, self-publishing is alive and well. I've also published a couple albums. So anyway, wow. So yeah,
He's so
so
modest.
I don't want to push that too much. It's your broadcast.
Eh.
That's all good.
Hey, if you want to ask me about them, I'll talk about them more. But you know,
We'll get your butt over to our store and buy something, and we'll keep our trap shut, and you can talk about your stuff all you want.
yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
I know how to do this.
yeah. Speaking of which, I've been
Jeez,
trying to get back to doing weekly broadcasts.
Yeah.
Hello, Elena. And I just haven't had time to do that yet. But otherwise, people were telling me when I did them because I started doing them. They were Corona casts or Corona Kayleys, this sort of thing. Are they all self-published or only the albums? The books and the albums are. Um, anyway, I started doing those, and then I was busy for a couple of months with my scuba diving work, and then I didn't do them because I was trying to catch up, do the broadcast because I was trying to catch up following the scuba diving work. And then once I started doing them again in the fall, people turned around and said, "Oh, I've missed these so much. They were filling the hole for the Highland Games, and it just made me feel better and all this stuff." Oh, wow! Nobody told me that while I was doing them. So I was like, okay, these are important to people, so I wanted to get back to doing them. And at this point, I've also just kind of been too busy to get back to them. So, but and then I might actually be getting one of those job things here, so that's gonna kind of goof
Yeah,
up my
we're
schedule.
A Yob.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fill
we're
that
looking
gap.
at ourselves. Yeah.
Yep.
Where are we? Oh, Elena.
I
Martin
think that can
is
also be
sorting out the
spelled.
workroom, and I am working on crowns.
And I think that can
Yes.
also be spelled JAAB, and therefore make it a 4-letter word.
Job.
Jam.
Especially
How-
in Boston. In Boston. It's
Yeah,
job.
Boston
It,
Jam.
it it works for the car company, right?
You pack
That's
your car
true.
at your
That's
job.
Saab.
And a sob, yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, Pippin. Like
Martin's being tripped by cats now. Again.
fool of a joke.
I don't know. I think Martin could rock a Gandalf costume.
He can do the voice really well. But, those old guys.
Look what I found.
What? Okay, I'm gonna bring it back forward again, Martin. What'd you find? Oh, found the cat. There we go. Cleaning and organizing.
Fire up the slow cooker.
Yep.
Good too, yeah.
Everybody,
He's like
come on,
not
let's do
amused.
this.
Tomorrow for a week to visit a friend. Next Saturday, my first Renaissance festival. Woo!
Yeah. Okay. So see that's the other thing that I'm thinking. There is this fella who is pocketing this money, wearing these costumes. I think it would have been really funny to make a video like behind the Renaissance Festival of the one guy in costume getting beaten up by a bunch of other people in costume.
Oh my God.
I'd pay money to watch
Getting
that.
mugged
You could
by the
totally
pirates.
recoup the-
A friend of ours made a suggestion to the people who do the behind the scenes of wrestling that they should do a behind the scenes of Comic Cons and conventions.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's dangerous.
Right.
Yeah, there can be a lot of drama behind the scenes in conventions. We've seen our share.
I got to catch up with a fella from 2015, I think it was, Galacticon 4, which was actually a big
Nice of you.
failure, big flop. And
Oh no.
it was interesting comparing notes with him because I was there as a vendor and he was there as an organizer, but he was kind of not quite high up enough on the food chain to be one of the people that screwed the thing up. So he was on the white hat side of things, if you will, and it was interesting to hear things from his perspective. But it was apparently also interesting for him to hear things from my perspective that kind of gave him flashback on that event.
Right.
But it was interesting nonetheless to get the whole story. So
To answer Elena's questions,
Elena's
when you look in your multiple cameras, you'll see there's a little one box. And the little one box, when you click on it, here, I'll bring myself forward, it becomes the dominant shot. So every time you click that little one button, it becomes a dominant shot and flips everything around. The stack option puts us all equal. But when you've got some nice wide shots. You just go picture in picture or grid, but grid everyone's equal. Say hi and see you're all doing well. Let me know when your gift. Mirais, yes, yes,
We would check the PO box tomorrow, right? Yeah.
yes. That's right. Anime North security. Oh my god.
Oh,
I mean,
right,
Anime
yeah.
North as a guest is interesting, and I admire you security guys that just stepped up to the plate when Martin and I needed the help, and just yeah, awesome people. Awesome, 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 awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes you even more special now. Ta-da!
Yeah.
It's that easy. I just finished my shower. Oh, you took off Vince to have a shower and didn't tell us?
Oh my god.
Well, but it's not that kind of broadcast.
That's true. Night night.
Although to be fair, I mean I've told you that. So.
It's true.
That's very true.
Number of times you talk about going off to the shower. Yep.
I wouldn't want Vince like moving in on some of my signature moves there. Next, he's going to be on camera with a pair of pants on his head or something stupid like that.
Jeez, yeah, no one would do anything like that ever. Just
hey, look. Do these look familiar?
Hang on, do that again. Do it again.
Right.
Come on.
Are we
there we go.
Oh, it's your Leku pants.
Yep.
I just say it before because it went out like a ninja. That's fabulous. Absolutely no dark green, small stones.
That was a fun day.
We really enjoyed doing that one. I think we have to do one of those again.
Those of you with the winning cards, use them, please.
Oh yeah.
If you need me to find the email and send it again, I will. There's no small, dark greens left.
What? Small, dark green what?
Stones.
It's like the kid that's looking for the particular crayon,
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep moving this banner around.
Mom, make me a hot pocket. I'm being awesome on the coloring book.
Mom! Where's my hot pocket?
No, Kiki.
This is beautifully degenerating into something, but I don't know what.
They're Carhartts, Vince. They're Carhartts.
Yeah. And to think that all started with a troll.
I know.
Which the obese moose?
No, Martin doing the hot pocket thing.
The hot pocket thing. Because there was a troll. He was on Twitch or something, and he was trolling us. So I think it was Red Eye actually started the hot pocket comment because we were envisioning, Cartman on his computer or something trolling somebody and getting his mom to bring hot pockets down.
Yes.
Nice.
So I started doing the Cartman voice.
Martin added the other layer. And very successfully had everyone rolling on the floor. It was good. It was so good.
More hooks for tape. Do we have to put screws in all three of these shelving unit legs just to put all the tape rolls?
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. yes, we do.
Okay.
I vote yes.
I could do that now. It wouldn't generate too much noise, but it is right up against the neighbor's bedroom wall.
That's her bedroom.
That wouldn't be very Canadian.
That somebody was putting screws in my head.
Well, not very Canadian and not very us. Like, I mean, they've been very patient with, um, late night smokes and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so we do our best to be nice. We try. But we're Torontonians. We're not typical Canadians anyway.
That's true. Oh,
Torontonians.
Yes.
there we
Okay.
What?
So you're
Toronto. That's what it's called.
okay.
Torontonian.
We're from Toronto.
Well, I found out lately that apparently I'm now a Coupvillian.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
I didn't even know that. Oh.
Well, now you do. And knowing's half the battle.
go Joe.
Thank you.
Now I just need to figure out like a T-shirt to make and sell.
Well, Torontonians have been nicknamed the Northern New Yorkers for many reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Canadian New Yorkers.
Yep. We're a little more,
Something about the attitude,
we're a little more direct. We're apparently we get along with Americans better. Don.
Funny that. I never noticed.
I suspect I'd prefer the Canadian version of New Yorkers than well, actually no. Let me stop before I go down that path. My experience with New York
down
was
that road.
actually pretty awesome. In fact, I found New Yorkers by and large nicer, even, not saying that Londoners weren't, but I found New Yorkers even nicer than Londoners. Surprised the heck out of me.
Really?
Yep.
I think it's because
Yep.
you're American.
Well, no, there's the whole sort of thing of like, stereotypes and assumptions and that sort of thing, right? I mean, I go to Europe and people think that I'm Canadian because a Pacific Northwest person is not a Californian, a Texan, or New Yorker, right? And that's kind of outside of the US, that's the most noticeable American, right? The Californian or the New York or the New Yorker or the Texan, right? I mean, that's what they're expecting. They're not expecting anywhere else. And so, you've got people in Pacific Northwest, more or less being, pretty well educated, pretty polite, that sort of thing. They think we're Canadians.
Yeah,
Wow.
that makes
But
sense.
We had
yeah,
a
with
stereotypical
New-
Texan. We had a stereotypical Texan at the hotel we were staying at on our honeymoon
In London, yeah.
in London, and he left. Like we were there for 2 weeks, but 4 days in, he left, and every morning he was abrasive and overbearing and rude.
Demanding and yeah.
And the moment he was gone, the waitress comes over to our table and says, "I am so happy the Canadians have stayed." And we're like, "Well, we're here for another week and a half, so."
She was so grateful.
Yeah. No, my experience, I mean, Londoners were nice. I mean, like if you're going on the tube system there, which is I mean, everything's really well geared for tourists there that you can just, look roughly where you think you need to look and the directions are there, right? So you go down into the tube system, and if you're trying to figure out the train map sort of thing, which is always colored lines, right?
Yes.
The
If you're
London
looking
plate
at the
spaghetti.
map and you've got that I'm a tourist look, right? If you look out of your peripheral, you'll see somebody else sitting there reading a book, and they're like regular commuter local person, and they kind of do this little look up, and what that means is just ask me. I know you need directions for the train. Just ask me, right? And as soon as you turn around and say, "Excuse me, would you help?" Right? You don't even get to that point. Oh yes, how may I help you? I mean, that part does the stereotype, but they turn around and they say, "Oh, you need to get on this train, go down, 3 stops, not 2, 3 stops, and get off on the right." Right? You get on the train, they get on the train, you go down 2 stops, and it's the same name as the 3rd stop. So you kind of look at your map and kind of have that, oh God, and you kind of look over at them and they're reading their book again, and they kind of go, no, wait, or whatever. I mean, they give you these little signals, right? And you get to that third stop and you look over at them and they kind of look up and go, give you this little nod and
Yes,
you get off
that's
the
the
train.
one.
Right. Now, New Yorkers, what I found now, mind you, when I was there was post 9/11, so it could have also been that they had gotten, hit with enough reality that, maybe you should be nice
there
instead of,
was there's a lot of
life is too
angst there.
short.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, you can stand on a street corner with that tourist map and someone will come up to you. They will grab you by the, shoulder gently, but, they'll grab, hey, are you looking for something? Can I help you find something? Whoa. Right.
Yep.
Pacific Northwest, we're used to having more space and having our hula hoop. Right. And that New Yorker will turn around and, if they can find that thing for you, they'll actually walk with you down the street at that point. Or if they don't know where that thing is, they'll grab somebody else that's walking down the street. Hey, this guy's looking for this. I don't know where this is. Do you know where this is? Can you help this guy? Cool. See ya.
Yep.
Yeah. And the thing is, none of that's actually rude. It's just more abrupt than what we're accustomed to. Yeah. So, I mean, the New Yorkers were actually nicer than the Londoners because they were more kind of switched on. It's just you have to realize they're not being rude. They're just.
Well, yeah, and that's something like, I mean, Desiree was talking about hearing about a black guy and getting drunk and the guy's pissing on them, and yes, that's big city, period.
Mhm.
Right.
And that's easy to have mixed feelings about any big city, but the key thing is us sober people. How do we handle it? I spent a good chunk of my teenage years on Young Street, big, huge, busy Young Street, with shaved eyebrows and weird hair colors and panhandling for hair dye with my friends. And, it we didn't feel any threat. We knew that you don't carry around a purse. You have a pouch or you have pockets or you're hiding things under your clothes because someone will snatch your purse. But, someone wants to talk to you and you've got weird hair color and you know where they have to be, no one thinks twice about it. It just, one of our friends said that she was upset she'd never go back to Toronto because of how rude everyone is. And we asked her for her story, and she said she was here on a religious retreat and they came into town for one day and she got separated with the rest of the group and couldn't figure out how to get back into the transit system. So she sat down on the sidewalk and started crying with her map over her face. And I said, okay, was it a weekday or weekend? She's like, weekday. And I said, okay, was it anywhere near Bay and Bloor, Young and Bloor, any of the financial district? Well, yeah. Okay. Did you actually reach out and bop someone and say, excuse me?
Did you
Well,
try to get
no,
someone's
I just,
attention, like directly?
she's like, no, I just sat there and cried. I said, you became a blur. You became a homeless person to them. They want to get out to the suburbs. They want to get out
Right.
to Oakville. They want to get out to Mississauga. They want to get out to their little domestic homes because they've been
Sure.
in a cubby hole all day dealing with financial stuff. All you had to do was stick your foot out, trip one of them, and everything would be fine.
Stick your foot out and say, sorry, but.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
I
sorry.
wanted to have your attention.
Um, and she's like, but that's mean. I said, no, that's Toronto. And those aren't Torontonians. Those are Oakvillians. Those are, Scarboroughs. Those are,
Scarberians.
yeah, Scarberians, sorry. They are not, they're not Torontonians. Torontonians is the freaky girl down the way with the blue hair that you wouldn't talk to because you were there with the religious street. It's just, you
Yeah.
just got to know your types and your time of day
Right.
and your location, and
Right.
everything's a whole different world.
Yeah. And see,
She
when
said
I
she,
was still in the greater Seattle area, if I saw somebody that had that I'm a tourist look, I learned from those other places, those other experiences, and I went up to them and, was more like the Pacific. Okay. So basically it was the cross between the New Yorker and the Canadian, which was I
Okay.
went up to them but I politely said, "Hey, looks like you're looking for something. Can I help you find something?" And I did that with some folks that were here from Japan. I think when back in my busking days, and they were almost astounded that anybody talked to them. But nobody, I think they were trying to figure it out themselves, or hoping that maybe somebody would turn around and help them. And I saw the need and I saw the opportunity, and hopefully made them feel more comfortable in my city, even though I ended up feeling pretty uncomfortable in my city and moved out. So,
Mhm.
Right.
but I think I
Well,
might have interrupted you, Christina.
that's okay. I forgive you this time.
Sorry.
Um,
This time.
but yeah, Desiree's right. The homeless people, like I had, my cell phone had died, and the payphone wasn't working at Union Station, and I was just frantic because I needed to tell a friend that I wasn't where I belonged, and she hates coming into Toronto, so I didn't want her to wind up frantically, lost, and so I looked. What the hell am I going to do? I'm staring at the payphone. I'm going, why the hell aren't you working?
Hmm.
And some homeless guy came up to me with his little flip phone and said, "Do you know your friend's number?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "Here, use my phone. Just make it short. I have
Yeah.
limited time." And I'm like, "Okay." So I called my friend. I sorted it out and got on my way. And it's a homeless guy. He even invited me along to the shelter for breakfast if I hadn't had it yet. And I'm like, "No, it's perfectly all right, darling. Just
Mhm.
needed to make a call."
Even the
And it was
homeless people in Canada are better.
Oh yeah. Well,
well,
they
Martin.
have that sense of community too, right? They look out for each other, so inherently they will look out for other people as well. Now you get the occasional one that's like, but
Wandered in from Seattle. Is that what you're
or
really
something.
trying to say, Martin?
No.
Well, Martin.
I
San
saw
Martin.
one the other day. She
Chicago.
was screaming and swearing at somebody invisible to the rest of us, and throwing her backpack,
Well,
and then
you,
picking it up,
Martin,
and then throwing it some
wound
more,
up.
and then picking it up.
I had to head out to Ottawa,
Is
and
Martin's microphone off?
Is it off
I
again? Or
think it is.
The
hang on,
icon
check
says
one
it's
two,
off, but I
check
can
one
hear
two.
him.
Your mic isn't working, Martin. Well, he's just in the room next to me, so
Oh,
you're basically hearing him through me. I'm a psychic.
weird.
Um,
One two.
Yeah, we can
My
hear
mic.
you, Martin.
Yeah.
It just your microphone is switched off on Haps here.
Hmm.
well, no, that's not his mic. His mic is attached to my device.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's the iPad that's muted so we don't get the echo.
freaky.
Yeah, I know. But
Echo.
Martin, your mic
I have no.
is either off or low.
It's again. I think because of where the lapel mic sits, and it's not as. See, I can do
Oh, there we
that,
go.
and it's just
That's
it's
better.
fine. I'll just hang on a sec here.
Sunday,
There we
Sunday,
go.
Sunday.
Okay, now we're good.
There you go.
But it was just a couple years ago. I headed off to Ottawa, and I did not know Martin didn't have his
It's there.
key.
Whatever it takes.
So instead of telling me to drive all the way back, because I was already there with my godparents and everything, he hit the shelters and explained the situation, and they're like, "Yeah." So Martin
Mhm.
got a really nice close up
Yeah,
for
up
a
close and
week.
personal with a lot of the homeless people in Oshawa, and understanding them quite a lot more.
You had a
Mm.
lot of conversations you said with him that you there was the one couple you told me about, that they
Mhm.
lost everything and they were there
Young
with
couple,
just
yeah.
what was left of their positions, and
Mm-hmm.
they were friendly and conversationalists, and
Yep.
but,
Okay, I gotta find a better place for this. It's just
I actually got a surprising bit of connection, or at least say cross paths with homeless people from using churches to practice my pipes in. Oddly enough,
nice.
yeah. Well, the big thing is the last church that I used, they gave me a key, And they said, church is empty at this time, on these days, feel free to come and practice then. Let yourself in.
Sweet.
And the thing is enough times the church was empty at nights. So that is what worked for me. So I'd show up there, say, 7 p.m., something like that, not too late. And once it's fall, I mean, it's dark after about 5, 6 p.m.
Right.
And enough times there were people that were sleeping under the front door vestibule, and they were recently out. And here I'm walking up and they're, scared because, they're recently out, and I understand. And they didn't know who I was or why I was walking up. Like walking up, hey, how you doing? And who are you? What are you doing here? Are you kicking us out of here? No, I just need to get through the door. I'm going to practice bagpipes for an hour. You guys doing okay? Usually I had like
Yeah.
some Cliff Bars on me or something like that, and hey, if you need this, it's yours.
Right. Yeah.
And that wasn't much better off. I just had a place and a couple of Cliff Bars. So,
But to them, it's like the best thing.
Yeah.
right.
Like to us, it's, we'll buy 3 of them because
We
they're
take
on
it for granted,
sale, but we'll only eat 2. You know.
We'll,
But yeah, it
keep
was.
keep the other one as a spare in the car and give it to somebody in need.
It was interesting, being in Ottawa, and I kept saying to Martin, "Let me come home," and he's like, "Nope, nope, I'm doing it. They're, they're good people. Everything's fine. There's this wacko they kicked out the other day, and someone else OD'd, and the ambulance came, but the majority of them are just fine. Yeah, he survived it. They're good if you don't threaten them and you don't overwhelm them. They tend to be just fine. But it's all in the energy you give off.
Right.
They don't feel threatened by you,
Then
then
they're very helpful. Yeah.
So Martin
Yeah,
just
and
point.
Desiree's got it too. It's got a lot to do with the drug addiction. There are some parts of Toronto that the homeless people are really like out of their minds. And yeah, in the
Interesting
smaller
choice of
towns, the
words.
smaller communities, that's a bigger problem.
Well, that's what we kept saying to your parents when you first moved to Toronto, Martin. They were like, "Oh, the crime rate's so high," and we're like, "Not per capita.
Yeah,
It's actually
sure,
lower than Brantford."
there's 25 times or 50 times as many people as there are in Brantford, but there isn't 25 to 50 times the amount of crime, right?
Yeah, and that's something people don't consider. Is it's per capita. If you're smart, then it really doesn't take much to survive. I've been in Toronto my whole life. Learned a number of things from a lot of really crappy experiences. And hopefully I don't forget those things when I had to defend myself, And I'm still alive. Oh, excuse me, my throat has gotten dry. Whew.
Do you need a refill on water?
Possibly.
So Mr. Vince has asked about the city that I live in and whether or not they're homeless. To clarify that one, so I'm on Woodby Island, which is kind of an hour or two, depending on what's going on, from Seattle. There are a couple of cities on the island. I'm close to the largest one. There are homeless people on the island. There's a lot of, basically the island is very rural. There's a lot of open area. I think I'm of the opinion that we have more homeless, and maybe even to say for the incidents that happen among homeless. So that gets called under the umbrella statement, the homeless problem. People don't. There is the homeless problem in the standpoint that unfortunately there's people that are homeless, and then there's the homeless problem that is really actually just when there's incidences. The thing though is because of and this is my opinion, and I can argue this point based on information, based on experience, based on actual facts. Um, if you look at what's going on in the city of Seattle, what's going on where people are homeless in Seattle, what Seattle is doing about it that is not helping. It's making more of a homeless issue, and it's a mushroom sort of issue that it's bad in Seattle, and it gets worse in other places that are in and around Seattle, even here where we're 2 hours or so away at this point in the island, the north end of the island. It's more of an issue because it's more of an issue in the big city that's not so far away. So, are there homeless here? Yeah. There's more homeless here now than there was before, and I think it's directly related to the homeless situation in Seattle.
Well, yeah, it always
Makes sense. Yeah.
bleeds into satellite communities.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because any city will have a situation, and even though Seattle is a city, it's
Sure.
not. It's not New York. It's not L.A. It's got its own type of homeless. I found the people in Seattle that were homeless. The ones I did meet, um, more clever. They have much more creative stories to try to get money out of you.
Well,
Um,
there is a big art scene here,
Exactly. Yeah.
I swear they're all rejected actors. Um,
Quite possibly.
oh my God, there was the one guy that approached me.
I'm studying for my role.
Yeah, well, there's one guy that approached me the one time, and
Oh,
it was
wow.
2 days before Emerald City Comic Con, so we were in town early, and he approaches me and he says, "I left my kids in the car, and I'm out of gas, and have a flat tire, and I think my wife has left me because she got angry, and if you have money for me to get some help, I'd appreciate it." And I'm like, well, first of all, you've got too many layers to your story. It's fake.
Mhm.
You may want to
Yeah.
cut back a layer or two for the next sucker.
Dude, lay off the
And
country music.
yeah. And I said, secondly, I'm
And my
Canadian.
dog.
Yeah, yeah. I'm Canadian. So and I pulled out like $3, a toonie and a loony coins. And I said, here's $3 Canadian. Not sure how you can get far with that. And he looked and he went, that's dollars? I says, yeah, that's a $2 coin and it's a $1 coin. And that's what we have in Canada. And he went, well, Canadian money really isn't worth anything to me. And I went, exactly. But if you want it, you can have it. And he
There
actually
you go.
turned it down and walked away. I was like, dude, you may want to think a little clearer next time.
Yeah, really. Come up with a believable story.
Yeah, I with some folks in the Seattle area that were spare changing, or as our local word is spanging. Um, yeah, that's one of our words. Um, anyway, it's like I could
Hey, you
kind
can
of
have it. That's
tell
just
who was. What's that?
you can have it.
Yeah, no, that's kind of a '90s thing. I don't hear it anymore. But then I'm not in the greater Seattle area anymore. So I don't know if that one's still being used. Anyway, I could kind of tell who was. Just, they might have been pretty broke, but I could also tell who was just like working it instead of I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I ended up surprising a few of these few folks because the ones that struck me as working it, yeah, hey man, can you give me a couple of bucks? I'd say I'm not going to make you a beggar.
Yep.
What? What does that mean? It means that if I give you money, then I, complete that circle.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not giving you that. But I need some money, man. So are you giving me something? No, I'm giving you actually dignity and respect. Huh?
Yeah. That blank look.
Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Gotta
and
go.
I had to explain to one homeless person that
You talk, I listen, be right back. I can hear.
okay, oh good, that I couldn't help her because she'd never help herself, and she was lovely and pleasant and capable, and so I think I had strawberries with me that day. So I gave her about 4 or 5 strawberries and said, "Here you go, honey. Here's a little bit of natural sugar." And she just stood there with kind of like her mouth gaping open, this look on her face of, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Here, little food, little natural sugar. Go get your spirits up and walk in and get a stupid retail job. And I hope to see you next time I come shopping." And never saw her again, but that blank look, I'm like, yeah, you don't have people respond this way, do you?
Nope.
Don't know how to respond to me. People ask for change, and when they
Wait a
don't,
second.
they pull out a card scanner and ask debit or credit. Like, what?
What?
Yeah.
I take American Express too.
As for the rent in Toronto, moved to Vancouver for a little while.
Yeah, you'll appreciate the rent in Toronto.
You'll suddenly appreciate Toronto.
Yeah, I'm thinking, where Desiree's talking about that card scanner. It's like the person could be sitting there with a piece of cardboard and it says Venmo on the bottom corner.
Yeah.
Of course, if they're really clever, they'd probably have a QR code.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, I thought about adding to this one, and I think I'm going to stop.
No, thank you. I have common sense.
That's uncommon.
It's very uncommon.
I know.
Ooh.
I thought of making like things bigger and stuff, but I'm liking how understated this one winds up being.
How does it look on?
And be careful because the glue is still damp.
It'll be on forever.
Stick it to my head.
There we go. How does it look on Martin?
Martin? Careful, there's a lot of wet, sparkly glue.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have
fun.
better contact surfaces.
Fun. Ta-da.
Okay, see, that actually works. I mean, it doesn't look kind of, poofy. It's just more of kind of a Lord of the Rings, woodsy king or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Wire
I
wrapping.
smell
Haven't
Gorilla
done that in
Glue.
years. He's beautiful. He's checking his hands for glue. Yeah.
Check my hand, check my face.
But you see, this is my.
Check your head, Martin. You've got better glue contact surfaces. By the way, what the heck is going on with that shirt?
That's my monarch
this?
one.
This one?
That's my monarch one.
The one you're wearing, yes.
I love my monarch one.
This is the crew
Let me go
shirt
back to Martin.
from the
Oopsie.
Godzilla movie.
Hang on, Martin.
Oh.
I lost you. There we go.
Oh.
Try again.
Okay. It is the crew shirt from the Godzilla movie that was filmed in Vancouver.
Ah, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out why the list of cities was going down the front and what that was about, and I just wasn't quite nailing
That's
it.
all the places Godzilla
For a
went
concert
during
shirt,
the movie.
it's backwards, right? Most
Yeah,
concert shirts
that was
have
the next
logo
thing I
on
was
the
going to.
front and the locations on the back, right? The tour locations.
Right.
So, but yeah, these are all the locations in the movie that the monsters, ended up attacking. Right.
So that shirt is the second. I think his microphone is really off now.
Yeah, his microphone's off again.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I was thinking that joke was a little bit more obvious. Or am I really losing my touch, man?
hey, if this makes my microphone a little bit louder, a little clearer.
Does this microphone make me look fat?
Yes.
There, that's a little more stable. I felt like it was falling off my beard. Can we take me seriously now?
Nah.
I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stack all of this tape over by the shelving unit, where it's going to have some more screws or nails or something put in when it's not middle of the night.
Yes.
I still have your sticky tape.
Sticky tape.
I may be fat.
Oh, there's
I'm hungry.
Christina's
a really
yawning.
fantastic film called what is that? Everlasting Peace, I want to say.
Mhm.
But it's not peace like this kind of peace. It's like hair piece. And it is a comedic, among other things, comedic piece in Ireland where two barbers, one Protestant, one Catholic, end up realizing that they can make more money if they start selling hair pieces.
Oh.
And they start going door to door, and they end up going to this one fellow's place, and they're like, "We're curious about your hairpiece." It's kind of like, there's no hairpiece in this house.
Jeez.
They end up selling him a
Holding off for
wig,
dear life.
but it has sticky tape for keeping the wig on your head, and they have this conflict where they don't get paid for that wig, but they're chasing the guy down, and he keeps on kind of sticking it to him that he didn't pay for the wig.
Oh my
He's
God.
like, and I still have your sticky tape. Or something like
Okay, and where do we find this masterpiece?
Oh my God. Gee, I think I might have seen it on VHS. I'm not sure.
Oh wow.
But let's see. Oh golly, what's his name? I always I know his name when I don't need it. Let's see. Do I have that film sitting right
He'll
here?
call us
Here
at
we
4
go.
a.m. or something.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope. Let's see. Billy Connolly.
Oh, Bill Connolly.
Okay.
Billy Connolly has a little part in that thing, and I'm pretty sure it's that one. And I think that might have been the first film that he was in.
Okay, that was a while ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So as much as people love Billy Connolly in this film right here, that wasn't his first.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah. Yep, that one.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean the thing that was funny when I saw that film, I didn't know that he was in there, but I knew who Billy Connolly was, and at first I'm seeing Billy Connolly in there. I'm like, who is that dude? He looks a lot like Billy Connolly. There's a reason for that. Let's see. Do you watch Dairy Girls or Burniston? I don't know what those are.
Or what?
I don't know. If it's a
Down
TV
Martin.
thing, I wouldn't know.
Mr. Martin,
Mr.
would you
Martin.
look, please?
Desiree asked.
What's that?
The comments.
Oh.
Do you watch Dairy Girls?
Dairy Girls or Burniston?
I do not. But Dawn
Do
doesn't know what they
either of
are.
us do wire work or wire wrapping? A little
Haven't
bit,
done-
not.
No.
We don't do a lot of it in our projects.
Go ahead, start rapping. Dairy Girls is a comedy show on Netflix about some weird girls around the end of the Troubles in Ireland. Oh, okay. I think I will have to look that up. Burniston is a Scottish skit comedy show from the early 2000s. That could be some serious trouble right there. I mean, there's this one great joke, which is why do Scots have such a sense of humor? Because laughter is free.
You know,
I'm
Dawn,
not gonna pay for
it's a
it.
shame you never got to meet my father. You
Oh, yeah.
and he would have just been fine. He would appreciate you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
I didn't get to finish the second crown, but I am fading and hungry.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I still have pipes to play.
Yeah, but you're 3 hours behind us.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
20
it's
to
only
11.
10:40. 11, yeah.
But as I said, I live in a rural area, so I can, or at least I've gotten away with it so far. Put it that way.
So far.
Well, Dawn, we're going to let you go
Mm-hmm.
and start fading out ourselves.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
pleasure to have you always. You know, it's nice that
Yeah,
you're
nice
wearing
to
pants.
catch up with you too.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, you appreciate that I'm wearing pants. Yeah, well, I was out earlier celebrating a birthday. I thought I should probably do that. So
Yeah, just helps sometimes.
yeah, that's why I'm wearing a shirt too.
Nice.
Yeah,
But we will catch up with you again.
excellent.
And it's always good to see you, mister.
Likewise. Do
Yeah.
take care of yourselves, and I will keep watching for your next broadcasts.
You got
Awesome. You too.
And it's the cowboy story is, and I'm not actually asking for me. I'm advertising for everyone else.
it.
Cowboy story is when.
Sunday, we're going to put it on Sunday, hold on. Of course,
Last
this is
Sunday of the
on
month.
playing music right now, so hang on. I got to go over here to the calendar. It'll be the 29th. Oh my God, Martin, we got to start writing. It'll be the 29th.
Writing for your cowboy story.
And
Got it.
yeah,
Right 'em cowboy.
and I believe 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
our
Okay.
time.
I get a haircut the following day, and then I will stop looking like a Ken doll.
Yes, it'll be 7 p.m. our time, Eastern.
I mean the hair. I mean the
Okay.
hair.
It'll be good.
Yep.
It's not that kind of practice.
No, it's not. Are you anatomically correct?
I'll check.
Later.
Yeah,
Turn
later.
off his camera.
I'm busy right now with bagpipes. So
Whatever you want to call him.
So you go play your pipes. And we'll talk to you again. Thank you, Don.
Have a great night.
Bye.
you guys take care.
You got it. All right. And then there was 2. There he goes. Yay.
It's always a
I
lot of fun having Dawn on. Yeah.
completely lost track of time.
I know. I just
Dawn
realized
does that to us.
Mhm.
We didn't put any big red flowers on that other one. Maybe it doesn't need any. It looked good, didn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I was going to put some big red flowers on here, and then I'm realizing it doesn't need any. So I'm not going to.
All right then.
All right then. I do our blue flowers in here? Good. All right. So Martin,
Yes.
I'm hungry, and we should be going to bed. But if you want to stay up an hour, watch some TV, and have some popcorn or something,
Yeah, we could do that.
okay. I think we're going to sleep no matter what.
I think so. I'm most of the way there myself.
It's 1:42 a.m. on their end. Yes, on our end. Yes. Time to do some mail-in. Not the kind of broadcast. Yeah. All right, folks. Remember, respect yourself more than anyone else can. Everything will be just fine. Keep an eye open for posts as well as broadcasts. So turn your notification on for both so you don't miss any notifications. Do that with all your favorite broadcasters, and all will be even better. Yay! Night. Take care. Thank you, Desiree. And hey, Martin.
Thank you. Yep.
Say good morning, Martin.
Good morning, Martin.
Yeah. Apparently he just hit puberty.
Would you like fries with that, Mr. Simpson?
Hey.
Later, folks. Oh, damn it. Cat. Jesus.
Oh, he
hang on.
clicks now to join your end of the broadcast?
Yes. And hot glue gun and trying to lean over to the
Sparkle
computer is
glue
impossible.
and-
All right. Bye, everyone.
Keep the time.
We had a great time in Montreal. Montreal was all hardwood floors. Right? Go on, camera. Camera. Took a nail, scratched it to death. I'd like to. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite. No. Well, look up
So how much styrofoam?
Way too much styrofoam. The birds are confused. It's like, what's this city doing here?
Don't leave us hanging.